Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, back with another tarot deck review. And this one isn't like any other one I've ever seen. Today I'm going to review for you the Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck. Now, I didn't know this existed. My husband discovered it in the gaming section at Barnes& and Noble the other day. And we thought, oh, our son loves Dungeons and Dragons, so we'll pick up this tarot deck for him. Now, let's start with the box. And please watch this till the end because there's a lot of things you need to know about this deck. Okay, so we have the box. It's beautiful artwork. It's got gold, and there's the side, a 78 card guidebook and deck. Here's the other side. And the back says, peer into the vast cosmos of the multiverse with this official Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck. Featuring the traditional major and minor arcana cards illustrated with iconic characters from the Forgotten Realms, along with tips on using the deck to bring dynamism to your D&D campaigns. The Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck will speak to all future seekers, be they tarot novices or psychic wizards. Okay, and Adam Lee, who created the deck, is a creative writer and game designer for Wizards of the Coast, and Fred Gisubel, sorry Fred if I butchered your name, is a professional illustrator and designer from Pennsylvania. All right, so let's take a look at the box. Is a flip-up box. So we flip that. It's one piece. We have the guidebook, which is a paperback, fairly thin. And then we have the cards. So first, let's take a look at the guidebook and see how this goes. Okay. Like I said, it's paperback. It's done in gold and black. It does have color pictures of the cards, which is very nice. So let's see how it goes. How to read tarot. All right, let me read this introduction to you. This is interesting. It says, Dungeons and Dragons is a fantasy role-playing game that takes place in the mind of its players. Tarot is an ancient form of divination that accesses the magical dimension of our world. Together they create an adventure of the imagination, a treasure hunt to help you unravel the mysteries of life and discover the secrets of yourself. All right, that sounds good. How to read tarot. And then we go to the major arcana, the minor arcana, which here is where the big difference starts. Okay, so the minor arcana is made of 56 cards divided into 4 suits, of course, and that's the same. These cards represent life's temporary highs and lows that pop up and fade away, unlike the enduring and evolving transformations of the major arcana. Okay, so now in this tarot deck, we have mapped the traditional suits of the minor arcana, wands, swords, cups, and pentacles, to abilities within the game of D&D. So, strength is going to be the name for the suit of wands, and this signifies your physical ability to move and change your environment. It also is your passion, creativity, inner resolve, and heart. Then we have the suit of intelligence, which is going to be the suit of swords, which represents how the power of the intellect can shape our world. These cards show seekers how they can use their thoughts to shape their attitude and their reality. Then we have the suit of wisdom, which is going to be the suit of cups, which represents not only your external perception, but also your capacity to look into your internal world and see all the subtleties within yourself. The final suit, the suit of charisma, would be equivalent to the suit of pentacles, and it denotes a person's confidence, eloquence, and their ability to influence the material world with their energy. All right, so far so good. Now, upright and reversed meanings. This book does not show reversed meanings. Instead, it says, in this booklet, there are no reversed meanings, but as the tarot reader, feel free to follow your intuition. All right. Then there are some card spreads here. There's a 1-card spread, 3-card spread, and 5-card spread. And the spreads that they offer, of course, focus on something you might use in a Dungeons and Dragons game. For example, the main quest is card 1, the unconscious, the conscious, the boon or the bogey, and the quest's end. And then we have the interesting part, creating the story. They give you some examples of how you can make adventures from the cards for your game of Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so this is really, really interesting and kind of cool. I think people who play Dungeons and Dragons will really, really enjoy this. Okay, so for example, the Fool, following your heart with innocence and wonder. Okay, but then it says if you want to use this card to come up with ideas for your Dungeons and Dragons campaigns, it says you encounter a gnome who says that if you follow him, he'll lead you to a wondrous treasure. Okay, so that's the Fool. And each major arcana card has the meaning, which actually fits pretty closely with the Rider-Waite traditional meanings. And then there is a prompt for a Dungeons and Dragons way to use this card. So that's really very interesting. And it goes through the major arcana like that. And then we come to the minor arcana. And we have the same thing. So let's start with, this would be the suit of wands, which is also known in this deck as the suit of strength. So we have the Ace of Wands. I'll give you an example. The source of all creative energy is within you. You have the power to imagine, begin, and complete any project you set your mind to. And then for your Dungeon and Dragon prompt, it is, a nobleman's children have run away to join Lord Montague's monstrous circus. He begs that you find and return them. I can see how this would be really, really fun to use with Dungeons and Dragons. And it goes that way throughout the rest of the minor arcana. Now, that's the book. So it's pretty thin, but it's packed with a lot of information and ideas. So that part's good. Now, let's look at the box. So we have our little ribbon here, and we pull up, and it releases our cards. And I'm going to show you the cards one by one. So let me move this over here. Now, I really like the artwork in this deck. The finish is linen. So you can see, I think you can see that up close with the Fool. The backs look like this, gold and black. And I'm going to go through these one by one. And when we get to the minor arcana, there's something I have to show you. All right, so here's the Fool. This is a pretty flexible and, sturdy cardstock. We'll see how it shuffles a little bit later. The Magician. Now, these cards are not numbered. The major arcana cards are not numbered. The High Priestess. But I just love the artwork. They seem to be a really high quality cardstock. The Empress. The Emperor. The Hierophant. The Lovers. The Chariot. Strength. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. And I actually like the fact that they have not changed the names of the major arcana. That helps it to be less confusing. Justice. The Hanged Man. Death. Now, if you're not familiar with the major arcana, if this, let's say this is your first tarot deck, which I don't think it would be wise for your first tarot deck. It's a little bit complex. But if you're looking up meanings, it'll be a little harder since these cards are not numbered. And if you're not familiar with the order of the cards. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. And the World. Now, here's where we get to some issues that might put you off from this deck. Okay, so I had to go through the book and I had to divide these into suits. I had to divide them into suits because if you'll notice, the cards are not marked with any symbol or any way to know which suit they belong to. Now, I saw this little icon here, right there above where it says ace, and I thought perhaps that was different from each of the suits, but that's not the case. So really, unless you go through the book and search for your card, there is no way to know which suit these go to because there's nothing indicating on the front or the back which suit they belong to. But trust me that these are in order because I put them in order according to the book. The fact that there are no symbols or words to show you what suit they belong to, that's a problem for me. And it might be a problem for some other people. If you are simply using this, well, even if you're using it for playing Dungeons and Dragons, it's still going to be a little bit difficult to find these in the book. You're just going to have to go through each page until you find it. So, if that's a thing for me, if it's a thing for you, you might not want to purchase this deck. Although the artwork is very lovely. All right, so this is the suit of wands, which is the suit of strength. So there's the ace of strength. I'll just say the 2 of strength, the 3 of strength. The pictures are really neat. The 4 of strength, the 5 of strength, the 6 of strength, the 7 of strength, the 8 of strength, the 9 of strength, the 10 of strength, and then we have the page. I love that chef. Oh my gosh. The knight of strength, the queen of strength. Now she has fire, so that gives us a clue that it might be wands, but every card in this suit does not have fire, so we can't go by that. And here's the king of strength or wands. All right, now the next suit is going to be the suit of wisdom, which would be equal to cups. So here is the ace of wisdom, the 2 of wisdom, the 3 of wisdom, and this really resonates with the Rider-Waite theme, the 3 of cups. We have our 3 ladies celebrating. The 4 of cups, the 5 of cups, the 6 of cups, the 7 of cups, the 8 of cups, the 9 of cups, a wish card, and the 10 of cups. And then we have the page of cups. No fish in a cup on that one. The knight of cups, the queen of cups, there's some water, and the king of cups or wisdom. I switched out on that one, but it's wisdom. All right, the next suit is going to be the suit of swords or the suit of intelligence. So there's the ace of intelligence, the 2 of intelligence, the 3 of intelligence or the 3 of swords. That does look like a painful card, so that goes with the usual meaning or the Rider-Waite meaning. The 4 of intelligence, the 5 of intelligence, the 6 of intelligence, and that is moving from a darker place to a lighter place, so that makes sense too. The 7 of intelligence, the 8 of intelligence, the 9 of intelligence, and the 10 of intelligence. And then we have the page of intelligence, the knight of intelligence, or the knight of swords, the queen of intelligence. Now that really kind of looks like a queen of swords to me. And the king of intelligence. Now, the very next suit and the final suit is going to be the suit of pentacles or the suit of charisma. Somehow, I think I would have named the cup suits charisma, but what? That's just me. All right, so there's the ace of charisma, the 2 of charisma, the 3 of charisma, the 4 of charisma, and that one is very good for the 4 of Pentacles. It's the dragon guarding his gold, so that's usually the miser card in the Rider-Waite. That's interesting. The 5 of charisma, somebody's down and out. The 6 of charisma, the 7 of charisma, the 8 of charisma, she's working hard, the 9 of charisma, the 10 of charisma, the page of charisma, the knight of charisma, the queen of charisma, and the king of charisma. So those are all the cards. And now let's see how they shuffle. So I actually like the size of this deck. It fits nicely in my hands. Let's see the shuffle. Oh, they shuffle nicely. They don't stick together. Wow. This is a very good shuffling deck. So I feel like the people who designed this deck did a great job. I just feel like they are more of gamers than they are tarot readers. Although I think they did a nice job with it. This is probably not a deck that I would pick up and use every day. It would be one that I'd have to get super familiar with before I could use it a lot, just simply because of the difference in the suits, the fact that they're not marked in any way as to which suit they go to. That's a little confusing for me. All right, so let's see if they can shuffle the Vegas shuffle. All right. Okay. This is not the deck. This is me. This is user error. Okay, let's see. All right. If my hands were a little bigger, I think that would be a viable option for shuffling. But they do really well. The linen cards are so nice. They don't stick together, and they shuffle very nicely. So let's just do a short one-card reading for us and see what the universe has to say to us today, okay? What does the universe have to say to us right at this minute? What does the universe have to say to us right now? There it is. It is the Empress reversed. Now, since this deck does not do reversed, we're going to flip her over. And there she is up close. Beautiful. Very nice. And let's see. So, let's look so I'm going to read this from the book so that you know how it's written. So let's look for the Empress. This should not be hard to find since she is one of the major arcana. There she is, excuse me. It says, the Empress, realizing your capacity to express beauty and to nurture others from a place of power. So, if she was reversed, I would say, right now you might be having a little problem with realizing your capacity to express beauty and to nurture others from a place of power. So work on that. Embrace your own inner power, your own inner beauty, and your own nurturing capacity, and go with that. So that's your tarot reading for the day. All right, let us put this back together and let's see how it reboxes. Let me mix her back in there. All right. So let's get our little ribbon out so we can put that in. All right, so that is my review of the Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck. Like I said, my husband discovered this in the gaming section of Barnes & Noble. So if you're looking for this, try that. It was not with the regular tarot cards in the store. So if you order it online, there should not be any issue there. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, please comment in the comment section, of course. And I would love it if you would like and subscribe this video. It would help a lot. And please hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. I'm going to be doing some more deck reviews. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.